ABC Local News. Good morning, I'm Emma Tonkin. The Federal Minister for Infrastructure and Transport says a final investment decision on the high-speed rail project between Newcastle and Sydney will be made in 2028. The government's announced today another $230 million for the two-year development phase that will lock in the design, approvals process, scope and cost. Investment in the project so far is almost $660 million. Minister Catherine King says it's a complex project that would create almost $250 billion in economic activity.
What we're doing now is going into a two-year development phase, which is basically engineers will be going metre by metre along this rail track and designing all the tunnels, designing the stations, getting it ready for a final investment decision in 2028 for the Commonwealth to decide.
Newcastle councils met with affected residents of the new Lambton landslip with the release of a long-awaited geotechnical report showing works to restore the site would cost more than $130 million. Ben Clifford reports.
The residents of 16 homes were evacuated in May last year after almost 200 millimetres of rain fell in one night. They've been out of their homes ever since. An independent geotechnical report was publicly released overnight showing it's the largest residential landslip in Australian history. The reports concluded that the impacted site is unable to be remediated through isolated works and would require a whole-of-slope intervention. That's anticipated to cost more than $130 million. The report also shows the area remains unstable and continues to pose a risk. Council met with residents last night and says it will continue to advocate on their behalf, but it says it does not have the financial capacity or legislative authority to deliver the scale of works required.
An unexploded military device found at Berrubi Beach in Port Stephens has been safely disposed of. A 1 kilometre exclusion zone was put in place and beachgoers evacuated after the discovery of the device on Sunday night. Berrubi Beach is a former World War II weapons training range and shells have been found on site in the past. The Australian Defence Force attended the scene and disposed of the item yesterday. An ADF spokesperson said the device has been identified as a World War II general-purpose 500-pound bomb. A motion to explore merging Upper Hunter and Muswellbrook councils has failed to gain support at a meeting last night. The motion was put forward by Upper Hunter councillor Troy Stoltz as a possible solution to council's financial issues and multi-million-dollar debts, and he said it could offer more bargaining power for state and federal government grants. But Upper Hunter Shire General Manager Greg McDonald says it was voted against after some debate.
Most of the councillors felt that joining two large regional councils together didn't really solve many of the financial problems that New South Wales local government is facing in regional areas. We do have significant funding issues right across New South Wales.
An Upper Hunter farmer says he must have been under the centre of a storm cell that dropped more than 100 millimetres of rain on Saturday night. The Weather Bureau confirmed it was a new daily record for the Scone Airport observation site, which recorded 102.6 millimetres to 9 a.m. on Sunday. But Ross Watson, who farms at Middlebrook on the outskirts of Scone, received much more.
We'd had 150 mils and 125 in a 2-hour period when it started between 6 and 8, and it was just relentless. I think generally most people got far less than us. We were just in the intense zone of that rain cell.
Details have been finalised for long-awaited road upgrades to Bylong Valley Way in the Upper Hunter. The state government will invest $4 million as part of its Towards Zero initiative to upgrade the road, which connects the Muswellbrook and Mid-Western local government areas. The upgrades will include widening parts of the road and installing roadside safety barriers along a 2-kilometre stretch at Kerribee. The speed limit will also be reduced to 80 kilometres an hour. And a Newcastle-based energy company has received $2 million in federal funding to develop a solar manufacturing facility. Cardinia Energy has developed printed solar modules made from recycled plastic, which produce a lower indirect carbon footprint than traditional solar panels. The funds will help the company scale up production as Australia moves towards the government's target of net zero emissions by 2050. Partly cloudy today, light winds becoming east to northeasterly. Newcastle heading for tops of 29, 33 in Maitland, 35 in Singleton, 37 degrees in Scone. Partly cloudy again tomorrow. ABC News.